Chris here with High Seas Cruising, and welcome to today's video. All right, we are here with the cruise news for you, January the 27th of 2022. Now look, it's been quiet here the last couple days in the cruise news, and you know what? That's actually a really good thing. The news medias are not messing with the cruise lines. The headlines are not full of bad cruising stories. You know, there's no nightmares at sea. So a little bit of quiet in the cruise news. Look, that's a good thing for the cruise industry. That means everything is continuing to move forward. But we do have a couple of cruise news stories for you today. And we're going to start with one from Celebrity Cruise Lines. So starting on June 25th of 2022, the Celebrity Infinity, well, she's going to be returning to the United States and is going to resume sailing from here on Caribbean itineraries, both Eastern and Western itineraries. So she will be sailing from Port Everglades in Florida, and all of this comes after 29 Mediterranean sailings were canceled. So guests that were booked on any of those Mediterranean sailings, they have already been advised of those cancellations. And Celebrity didn't give a real explanation as to why the cruises in the Mediterranean were canceled and instead the ship was going to come sail out of the Caribbean. Some good guesses are that, the Caribbean is hot right now. Sailings from the U.S. are hot right now. And with the different travel requirements, health and safety protocols that the cruise lines have and countries have, particularly over there in Europe, you visit several different countries, all with different health and safety protocols. It may just simply be easier for Celebrity to bring her back here to the United States and do some Caribbean sailings. But like I said, Celebrity was not real specific as to why they made this change. And I do want to apologize. I know I don't sound my best right now. I know my voice is a little off. I am still getting better. Not 100% yet though, but the cruise news must go on. So let's head on to our next story. Now, Holland America, they have released that they are going to continue their health and safety protocols and fully vaccinated cruises here into the summertime. No surprise there. We know that the cruise lines are pretty much going to continue with all of their current health and safety protocols. They're going to continue with vaccination requirements. Don't really expect to see a lot of change, not in the base health and safety protocols. As Omicron continues to decline, we may see some reduction in masking requirements, but I do expect health and safety protocols and vaccine mandates to continue into the summertime, at least for all cruise lines. But Holland America has made it official, along with Carnival Cruise Lines, which made it official last week. Now, Carnival Cruise Lines has also released the sail dates for the upcoming Carnival Jubilee. Now, she's not due until 2023. Her initial sailing is going to be from Europe. She's going to do a transatlantic cruise to the port of Galveston here in Texas to begin her very first cruise from here on November the 18th of 2023. And now you can book. They are on Carnival's website, and you can start booking cruises for the Carnival Jubilee. Now, it was initially my original plan to be on the inaugural sailing of November the 18th. Well, unfortunately, with some scheduling issues with Tiffany and her job, November the 18th, we're just not going to be able to make the inaugural sailing. However, I have already booked us for November the 25th. So we're going to be on the second U.S. sailing for the Carnival Jubilee, her third sailing altogether, because like I said, her first will be the transatlantic sailing, her first sailing out of Galveston, and then we will be on her second 7-day sailing from Galveston on November the 25th, 2023, already booked. So we're good to go for that. Like I said, we couldn't make the first one, but we will be able to make the second one. Scheduling just didn't work out for the first. And our big story of the day, one that I think everybody needs to pay attention to, one everybody needs to hear, because this can affect your upcoming cruises. It has a real possibility. So Carnival Cruise Lines has also announced that they will require the booster shot if the CDC changes the definition of fully vaccinated. So I'm sure you are already aware, but in case you're not, The CDC has been deciding whether or not they're going to change the definition of fully vaccinated to not only mean either the first and second shot or the single shot of Johnson & Johnson to be considered fully vaccinated, or whether you're going to have the booster shot as well to now be considered fully vaccinated. So if the CDC decides to change that definition, Carnival Cruise Lines has already announced that they intend to go along with whatever the CDC says, and so you may see booster shots being required. So Carnival Cruise Lines has sent out a letter to guests that will be affected by this possibility, letting them know that they recommend the booster shot. However, the booster shot may become a requirement prior to their cruise. And I'll go ahead and read that letter to y'all right now. It says the CDC has strongly recommended that individuals obtain a COVID-19 booster vaccination when eligible. Should the CDC definition of fully vaccinated evolve to require the booster shot, our policy will adapt accordingly. It is also always possible that certain destinations could define a fully vaccinated guest as one who is current with a booster shot. Consequently, we also strongly encourage all guests who are eligible to get their booster vaccine at least 7 days before boarding, as this may become a condition for travel without prior notice. So the short and quick of that, look, booster shots are not required as of today. The definition of fully vaccinated could change any day. If and when it does change, Carnival Cruise Lines intends to change theirs as well. Now keep in mind, we've seen it historically. When one cruise line starts to do something, usually the others follow right along. So even if you're not booked on Carnival, if you're booked on Royal, if you are booked on MSC, if you're booked on Norwegian Cruise Lines, this is something to keep in mind, that if the CDC changes the definition, you could probably expect your cruise line to also change their definition, and it could be with very short notice. And look, understand, this is just for information purposes. I am not telling you to run out and get a booster shot. I'm not telling you to get vaccinated. It's your body, it's your choice. You do you, just like always. But remember, there is that possibility that if you choose not to, and you have a cruise book saying, well, I'm fully vaccinated, I'm just not going to get the booster, and let's say they change that 5 days before you're sailing, you can't even do it then, because you have to have it 7 days prior to sailing for it to be fully in effect. So keep that in mind. If you have an upcoming sailing, you may want to at least consider it, because the possibility exists. Now, I do more than just talk about it. I don't know if y'all can see it, but here is my Band-Aid. And that is because I went today and got my booster shot. I am 19 days away from my next cruise. I want to make sure I'm ready. I'm good to go. If they change the requirements here now in the next 19 days, I am still good to sail. Tiffany's already got her booster shot, so we're all set. But I said, though, it's completely up to you. I'm not going to tell you what to do in any way, shape, or form, but the possibility exists that if you don't, you may not be able to cruise. All right, I hope you guys have enjoyed today's video. If you have, do me a favor, smash that like button for me. Have yourself a great day, and like always, we will see you out on the high seas.